Hello.
Hi, is this Heidi?
This is.
Heidi, this is Diane Midland. I'm the social worker at Gunderson Lutheran. I was with you and Eric the night that you came into the emergency room when Justin died. Is this a good time to talk, or
Yeah, this is okay.
is this okay? I can call back if you're in the middle of something.
No, now it's fine.
Okay, all right. I don't know that you remember, but when you left the emergency room that night, I mentioned that I would be calling just to kind of touch base and see how things are going. So that's what I'm calling about right now.
Okay.
It's been a couple of weeks since you were in the emergency room, and just kind of would like to hear how things have been going for you and Eric since Justin died.
It's hard around here. It's so quiet without him.
Yeah.
You know, he was all I had. He was what I did all day, every day, and now that's gone. Now there's nothing. So it's quiet. It's quiet and lonely, and I don't know.
Do you still have some family that are staying with you? You mentioned that they might stay for a while after the funeral.
You know, they all had to leave. They had to get back to their jobs and things that they had going on, and so it's just Eric and I around here.
And is Eric back to work too now?
He is. He had to start back to work this week.
How's that been going for him?
I think work gets his mind off things. He can be out of the house, but he's got a lot of time on the road. He drives, he does sales, so it's all he has is time, you know, in between his customers, and I think he thinks a lot, and I think that's when he kind of gets out his crying and things.
And that leaves you home alone with a lot of time.
A lot of time, a lot of empty space, and a lot of memories of Justin.
Yeah. Have you found something that kind of helps to fill that time at home?
No, you know, I try to read, but I can't seem to concentrate on the words in the book, and things that I usually like to do, I just don't have energy to do them. I don't want to do them. I have no want to do them.
It's pretty hard to concentrate when you're feeling so much emotional pain. Yeah. How about friends and colleagues? Have you been hearing from them?
You know, they call and they try and check and see how I'm doing, but it's hard. They call and I don't want to make them cry. I mean, I'm sad all the time, but I don't want to make them sad like that. They shouldn't have to feel what I'm feeling.
You know, the fact that they're calling means that they want to try and help, and so maybe you just need to try and let them be that support for you.
Yeah.
And it's okay to cry and to share your feelings with them.
I'm worried though too about what people say. I mean, I had a friend call and we were talking, we were having a conversation, and she off the cuff just said something so silly and stupid, and I had to end the conversation. I felt bad ending the conversation, but you know, it hurt so bad. She said, I bet you've got a lot of Justin's clothes that he'll never wear again, or wear, and it made me so sad. Why do people say things like that?
Yeah. Sometimes it's amazing how people mean the right thing, but it just comes across so insensitively, doesn't it? Have you had any other experiences where you just were completely caught off guard like that?
You know, Eric's sister, I know she means well, but she called the other day and she told me that the most tragic thing had happened to her, and I got so scared about who died now. And she told me she had 6 inches cut off of her hair, and again, I had to end the conversation. I can't even fathom that anymore, that you're talking to me who's just lost her son and comparing having 6 inches cut off your hair to really to the death of my son. And it amazes me what the lack of thought, I guess.
What do you do with that? How do you manage that?
I was so mad. I was so angry. When Eric got home, I just, I kind of blew up at him because I was like, what is wrong with your sister? And so I got mad, I guess. And sad, Makes me sad that people don't understand how I'm feeling and how sad I am all the time.
Are you comfortable sharing that with people? I mean, you kind of I think we tend to expect that people know that, but are you okay with expressing that to them?
I guess it really depends on who it is and if I think that they're going to care or not. If I tell them I'm so sad and it hurts me to say that, do I think that it's going to matter to them or not? And if I don't think it's going to matter to them, I don't say it.
Mm-hmm. Do you kind of have a sense of who you can be that direct and that open with?
Yeah, I do.
And those are the special people for you to really seek out and let them be the support for you.
Right.
Yeah. Sounds like you and Eric are working at talking with each other and sharing your reactions and your feelings with each other. Has that been working out okay or pretty well?
We try, but it's hard. If he comes home and he thinks that I'm having a good day, and he's sad, then maybe he doesn't want to say it to me, and because he doesn't want to make me sad. And I cry all the time usually. And so if it's a time when I'm not crying, he doesn't want to make me sad. And the same thing. If he seems like he's having a good day, I don't want to say something that's going to make him sad. I realize that he probably feels sad all the time just like I do. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, it's just if he comes in from work and seems in a good mood, I don't want to break that, and I don't want to make him have a sad day or sad evening then either.
And the reality, Heidi, is that you're both going through the same experience. You're going to react to it differently and deal with it differently, but he's experiencing it as well as you are, and so you're both sad and you're both grieving. And the more you can share those feelings with each other and keep the communication open, really the better it's going to be for each of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How are things going as far as you're sleeping?
I don't sleep very well. I wake up a lot at night, and I just don't have any energy during the day, but I can't find myself able to sleep. I'm exhausted all the time. I don't know.
Have you ever had it happen during the night that you wake up and you think you hear Justin crying?
That happened just the other night.
Yeah.
I was sound asleep, I think, and all of a sudden I heard him, and I thought, oh, it's time for him to eat. And I got up, and I got out of bed, and I walked into his room and looked in his crib, and it wasn't until then that I remembered that he was gone and that he wasn't here anymore.
Painful reality, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of parents say that exact same thing. Sometimes they wake up and they think they hear their baby crying, and they think, geez, I must be really losing it. Here I am, I hear my baby crying and my baby has died.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a normal reaction. That's something we hear a lot from parents, especially during the early weeks after the baby's died.
I know Eric has heard him too. That first day after we came home from the hospital, we were at his mom and dad's house, and all of a sudden he said, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "Did you hear that?" And so, we kind of had that to share that day that we both heard him cry.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
It was painful. I mean, it was nice to hear him, but it was hard because we knew he wasn't there, and where is this coming from,
Yeah.
And that we both heard it. I don't know.
Tell me a little bit about the funeral that you had for Justin. What kinds of things stand out in your mind as especially important and special from that day?
Well, we were able to bring all kinds of pictures down so that people could look. Some people hadn't met him yet. He was so little. Some people hadn't met him yet, so through the pictures they were able to see him and I guess meet him. A lot of my friends came from a ways away just to be there to support me. The funeral home had asked if they could do a mold of his hand, and I didn't know what that meant, but we said sure. And so we walked in, and there was a mold of his hand, and his fingers were curled just like they would curl when I would fed him his bottle. So I was able to slip my finger right up in there, and that was really neat. And it had his little fat rolls on his wrist, and so I really cherish that.
Where do you have that now in your home?
It's in his room up on a shelf, so that when I go in there I can just sit and look at it or hold it and put my finger in his hand, and it's like he's holding it.
It's a priceless item, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of pictures of him all over?
All over, yeah. It helps to comfort me, to be able to look at him and see his little smiling face. Actually, I got a card in the mail from Sears the other day. The lady who had taken his picture had seen his obituary in the paper, and so she sent me the negatives from his photo shoot. So now we can have extra pictures made and given to people. I think we're going to make buttons for people so they can wear if they want to wear it, and to put in the grandparents' memory boxes. And so I was really touched to see that somebody who knew us for maybe 45 minutes recognized his picture in the paper, and that she had taken it and thought to send those to us.
That really is very, very touching. I think you've mentioned some of the things that have been so hurtful that people have said or done, but it's nice to hear that there are folks like her too that are just the opposite.
Absolutely.
And seem to kind of go out of their way to show their support and their sympathy for both you and Eric. Yeah. Any thoughts about when you might be going back to work?
I haven't even thought about that yet. I talked with my boss, and she said just to take as much time as I needed to, so she's really working with me, and it's not even an issue right now. I don't even need to think about that.
That's good. That's good. You need time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And it will come. It takes time. It takes time. We sent a packet with you of literature and information about grief and bereavement and some things to keep in mind for coping and good self-care. Have you had a chance to look through any of that yet?
I'm not even sure where that packet would be. I don't know who brought it home from the hospital. I haven't seen it anywhere around here.
Okay. If it's okay with you, why don't I put another one in the mail for you? Would that be all right?
That would be fine.
Okay. I think what I'd like to do also, Heidi, is I'll stick my business card in that packet. And if you do want to ever call and get a hold of me, if something comes up or you just need to talk, I'll have my office number on my business card. You can call and leave a message. I may not be at my desk, but I will certainly call you back.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else right now that you have concerns about or questions that I can help answer?
There's nothing that I can think of, no.
Okay. Would it be all right with you if I give you another call in about a month?
That would be okay.
All right. Any special time of day that's better for me to call?
Anytime is fine.
Okay. And if you don't happen to answer, can I just leave a quick message on your voicemail?
Sure, that's fine.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with me, Heidi.
Thanks for calling.
I'll be thinking about you.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.